Hey there, Taurus community. Soul Tigress here with a story for this wonderful community. Now, not sure what's going to come out. There's actually been a block around Taurus energy that I've been dealing with. I'm not quite getting how this block is happening, but if I was to look and to ask for an image, the image that I receive is just a brick wall is up. Now, if I was going to be honest, once again, Tauruses, I've had to do another video. This time I did a full video, but I found out that the mic I was using turned off halfway through. So I'm wondering what is going on? What is being blocked for Taurus? Or maybe what has Taurus built this wall up for that's blocking a lot of things from coming in or going? So I've already called in this determined community's angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy to be a part of this as guides and protectors. So I do have two oracle cards here, but for some reason I'm really drawn to start with the tarot. So let's see what's going on for the present. What is it in this frequency that's happening? And I have something that flips face down right away. 10 of Swords in reverse. What else would like to come out for the present? Here we go again. 8 of Swords in reverse. Someone is tired. They're tired of something that is the same in a sense, and it's many. Because I'm seeing how the 8 of Swords is surrounded. There's better days outside of where they dwell, but it feels like they can't move because they're surrounded by these thoughts. Maybe it's not all of this Taurus's thoughts. Maybe it's other influences too. Because if you look at this 10 of Swords, there is somebody else there. But are they really there to help? I'm hearing something about Taurus and intuition. And maybe Taurus is upset because there was some part of them that didn't follow their intuition. Some more stuff. So we have a High Priestess that lands both on the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. This High Priestess is almost an upright. Fertility. Emotional balance. You have the moon there. You have the night. What I would say is this Taurus is probably battling with some past stuff. And what lands on top of the High Priestess that we don't see is the 10 of Cups. And it does land on the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. Something that was built. A situation that was built, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. But I feel like there is a reason why this Ten of Cups has others looking upon this. This is a lot of community kind of cards. What is it in this Taurus's community that's really not working out? I'm hearing to say that's getting a hold of the Achilles tendon in a way, because you get somebody's Achilles tendon and they sever that, you're not going to be able to move on that limb as well. And this is what it feels like. What else would like to come out for the present? Face down and in side position. Knight of Wands. Somebody wants to get away from this situation. They want to get away from the turmoil in their head. That's what I'm feeling. But how they do it, it's important too. I always thought Taurus was the most stubbornest. It's actually Taurus has the meanest temper in the zodiac sign when aroused. So be careful, Taurus, that when finally somebody pushes that right button, that you don't go off too much, because that could feed somebody else's fire. I'm hearing a word of deceit. So this situation could involve somebody in their home, could involve somebody at work, it involves a Taurus where they like to frequent, a community that is important to them. Then we have the Three of Wands going into side position. Yeah, there's a big, I need to get out of here. I need to lead into another direction. There's a trap. Again, there's a lot of feeling trapped. Anything else want to come out? And would you know it, King of Wands comes out. And he is in a little bit of a side position right on top of the Three of Wands. What I'm hearing to ask, and this is ancestors in my left ear, has this Taurus not been feeling as well? They could be having lower motivation. They could be having a hard time focusing or getting the oomph that they need to go off into this new direction. One more card. One more card. Oh, here we go. What else would like to come out for the present for the Taurus community? I have a Queen of Coins in reverse. And this Queen of Coins lands on the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Cups. Whoever this other energy is, or whoever these other energies are, they're very controlling. They're very taking. And they have more than one way to constrict this Taurus. They can be just downright evil. That's what I just heard. Whoever this other energy is. All right, I need to pull some oracle cards for this present a little bit. What is it, spirit guides, ancestors? What is it? I'm not going to lie, Taurus, I was shuffling and at the bottom of the deck was this card, Instinct. And it lands on the Queen of Coins and a little bit of the Knight of Wands. This Taurus in this story feels it. They feel the guide or being guided. Almost like a ringing at the ears, it's almost like a little breeze that they feel on their own. And this is what still keeps them leveled. But the whole thing is, I feel like Taurus is seeing it they're seeing it from too high up. They need to come back down, and Taurus needs to see it from a younger or a newer view. Drop so much of looking through the lenses of somebody who's been disappointed or let down or done wrong. I know that sounds really weird because I want to actually say this for you. Well, how the heck are you, when somebody does you dirty, that's it, you know? How else are you supposed to look at it? Hanging on to frustration, especially about situations that we couldn't control, will play into how we feel every day or how we go about our days, how we live our routine of life. And if for a moment you could recognize, Taurus, in this story, that whatever it is, whoever it is that has you surrounded in these thoughts like that, you're still giving them a part of you every time. Every time you get too high up in your thoughts, you are a fixed earth sign. Fixed energy is the peak of that season. You are the peak of spring, the peak of blooming. So come back down from the thoughts. Come back down. Take a younger view into it. See it from fresh eyes. What it is that Taurus can learn from this present right here with this situation. All right, that's just talking about the present. There's a lot unfolding. I'm hearing one more card from this because I only wanted to do one card, but I got to listen to what's incoming here if we want all the positive messages to come out. There we are. So now we have a sacral chakra color card, courage. That's what I associate with like yellow and orange, or even bravery for orange. Not totally 100 if that's the exact translation for that color, but that's what I'm feeling. Because the service here lands on just the corner of the King of Wands. Taurus. I feel like the one in this story is being called to a duty that is going to teach others through example, through compassion, through being genuine with self. You can learn from others because if we think about it, a bull or a cow are very great at observation. They have such a wide range to roam. And I'm not going to lie, whenever I'm doing something and I'm by some cows, there they are watching what I'm doing. They are naturally curious and observant kind of animals. And the curiosity can be limited because remember, they are an animal that is preyed upon. But enough about livestock. What is it that this Taurus can look at from anew and be able to bring in a teaching moment, not just for them, I feel like for others too. All right, let's get into the block. This deck I really, really like for the block because it reminds me of someone who's trying to be closed-lipped about things. And that's just the way the deck runs because of its coding and what it's made up of. All right, so let's ask Divine, Universal, and Angels of Protection. What is it that needs to come out for the block for this Taurus community? I have the Sun that lands in side position. Onto the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the High Priestess. To get the fertility that this Taurus wants himself, they're really gonna have to go back again and see this situation from anew. The Sun's almost in upright, but again, there's just something about these thoughts for this Taurus. And some things that this Taurus doesn't see in the block is a Four of Wands and the Knight of Cups. And this lands on the Three of Wands and the King of Wands. This Taurus is not happy with what they built. Emotionally, they are not happy. They have such a wonderful dwelling that they're in. I feel like they have great resources too. But it's very empty. Very empty. This, I feel like, is what puts out the passion and what keeps Taurus from going to their Sun. Why is the dwelling so cold? What is it about this foundation that's so cold? Can I get a clarity card for the Four of Wands? I would like to just dive a little bit deeper into that one, please. All right. Taurus says, I'm going to have to work for it. Another card that we don't see is a Six of Swords. It has to do with these thoughts. These thoughts. These thoughts, again, are not going off in a very great direction. Taurus, you're going to find more bodies of water lower, whereas the bodies of water up in the atmosphere, they got atmospheric rivers. So don't think that there can't be big bodies of water up there. There can be. I just feel like it's the thoughts. The thoughts that are definitely either pushing the emotions aside, or in a sense, when this Taurus gets pushed enough, it's the fuel to their, I would call it almost a passionate rage. people wouldn't translate it as that because they're the receiver of it. But everything in that moment that Taurus is venting out is everything that they're passionate about. But again, the explosions happen and then nobody takes this Taurus seriously. What else wants to come out? Oh, that's going to be it. So this lands on the Queen of Coins, the Eight of Swords, Six of Swords, Knight of Wands, Four of Wands, Three of Wands, King of Wands, and Instinct. And it all lands in this kind of direction. I have an Eight of Wands, King of Cups, Temperance in reverse, Six of Coins, Knight of Coins, Two of Coins, Four of Coins. All right. What the Taurus is saying right here with this block and the energies around is that there was a choice made. There's a choice that was made. It was something that, or is something. And I'm not a professional. I cannot diagnose anything, but what I can do is just translate what I'm feeling. It kind of makes me sad. This choice is what feels this Taurus's depression. It was the choice that they thought was the right way to build their currency. They thought that they would be the givers in a sense, that they would have that abundance. That's what it's saying. But they're still just on the receiving end of the stability. They don't have the abundance and stability. And emotionally, this Taurus deep down does blame a higher power. A higher power, because when Taurus goes through their thoughts, through the different rooms in their internal home, the foundation, it's like they find all the reasons, all the things that were taken from them, or maybe not given to them. And this comes down to how this Taurus, not that it's how they feel, well, it is how they feel. But what's happening is the community that they're in is what keeps them blocked. It's like time has been rewound, or not rewound. Let me say that right. Time has still went on. Okay, different time, different place, same cycle. And Taurus is really feeling this with the current situation. what I'm hearing to say is, Taurus, it's not the situation itself, it's the thoughts that's running it. You're not an air sign. Your thoughts do not run your show. It's your stability. It's feeling grounded in yourself, knowing that you are this force not to be reckoned with, because one, you're problem solving, and because cow steers left up on hills by themselves, they're going to find food. They're still going to move to survive. And if you think about the mythology, it was Zeus who turned into the bull. All right. So that is a very big energy, powerful energy, the leading energy, an energy that can really set the example of things to come, things that they want to come. It's just getting grounded in this Taurus itself. But I chose wrong before. That's that stability. That's the coins. But I chose wrong before. And that's the instinct looking at it from that newer point. All right. Let's go ahead and go with some more of the chakra wisdom. Let's pull a few more for this block. What is it? Spirit guides and angels and ancestors that can help out this Taurus community. What is it that needs to be translated through the cards? Ooh, this is so fitting. This popped out yesterday. I'm so glad it came out today. Another sacral chakra. Taurus, come out of the cold with yourself. Sit in your chair of self-worth. Who you are, the powerful energy that you are. That's what's going to warm you. That is what's going to warm you. That's what's going to get things going. All right. Enlightenment falls onto self-worth. Look at that solar plexus. This is really diving into you as an individual. Taurus. One of the things the sayings for Taurus is, I have. Now, Taurus, say to yourself, I have the free will to see my self-worth, to see me happy, to see me loved. And it doesn't have to be others. It has to start with yourself. All right, I'm hearing that's the last card for these ones. This lands on the Knight of Cups, Six of Swords, Four of Wands, and Service. And this comes from the heart chakra. Growth. Look at them roots. Where do they grow? In the ground. It's time to get grounded in yourself. See your journey, Taurus. See the seasons that you have been through, how you've grown, how you've walked through many doors. Some of the same doors, but a little bit of a different Taurus. Remember, you're amazing. When plants grow, they don't grow to compete with others. They grow to become their full potential. I believe that's one of our biggest missions in this journey right here, is being able to become at one with ourselves and reaching our full potential. All right. What is it that wants to come out for the Taurus for the conclusion for this story. Universal energy, please be our guides, divine energy. This lands onto that whole thick of 8 of Wands, everything. Self-worth, enlightenment, 3 of Wands, Knight of Wands. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Don't fear yourself. Don't fear how bright your light can shine. Taurus, in this story, I feel like this is meant for you. This is meant for you. You are meant for those greater things. You deserve those greater things. Now sit in that chair of self-worth and see it. All right. This is speaking to the passions. Speaking to the passions, speaking to the thoughts. When you feel like those thoughts are draining out your fire, I witness the darkness and I call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. This one lands on growth, service, those cups, them swords. Joy is the unlimited creator. Don't dwell in anger. Joy, happiness is medicine. Take your breaks as you need them. Take your breaks as you need them. Create something. Create a picture. Create a poem. Create a sandcastle. Create a new kind of meal that you've never made before. Create. All right. We got 2 more cards here. This one did come out with the previous story that I did where the mic turned off. I'm so happy it came out again. I surrender to a power greater than me. This is what's needed on the journey of enlightenment. This is what's needed when my fearless freedom lights up the world. Next card falls onto instinct and self-worth and the Knight of Wands. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. You're protected. You have backup that you don't even know about. That's your ancestors, angels, divine energy. This is why you're having the thoughts that you are having. This is why a Taurus goes back and forth between them. This is why when you feel like you're going down a very dark road, that there's something there that peaks up the mood. Something there that almost gives you hope again. Where you feel like there's times where you've given up on yourself. Your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, divine universal energy always gives you a sign that they haven't. Last card for this Taurus energy. Excuse me if you hear me fumbling with the mic off and on. I'm trying to check to make sure it's still on. This is such a beautiful story right here. I really want to make sure it comes out for this community. All right, that's it. This is all she wrote, folks. And it's more than one. So this lands on the thick of it. This lands on the community and how community has played a part in the decision. Whether the decision is still being played into this immediate moment, because again, maybe different place, different time, but there's a cycle that seems to have repeated itself for this Taurus. Instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. Here's some tough love, Taurus. It's not always about you. And I don't mean that in a mean sense that you're not special. You're very special. I mean that in the sense that sometimes life didn't unfold in the direction it did just to single you out. It's a lot of other pieces to the moving picture, the bigger picture of life. Letting go of things that we're attached to, certain outcomes with expectation. When you find you open yourself up to flowing freely, you're not going to be as judgmental, as impatient, as defensive. Again, because there's going to be an awareness, a mindfulness that there's a bigger picture. I always like to remind people of that Garth Brooks song, one that makes me tear up every time. The song is called Unanswered Prayers. And it's about a story of a man who is basically confronted with different situations in his past, in a present moment. And he thinks about how he used to pray for those situations to work out at the time. But now that he has grown, he sees how those situations have left an opening by not working out. An opening for the blessing that he has now. Last card. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Believe again. Believing is starting to create the opportunity. Taurus community, the ancestors, angels, spirit guides, and divine energy send a big message. I love you. You are loved, even in the moments you think you're not. You are. I want you to reflect that onto yourself. Instead of saying you can say, I am loved. And I'm going to love myself today. When there's a moment where those thoughts are arising, again, I am loved. And I am going to love myself today. Each time you say that, take a deep breath. Repeat it 3 times. And hot dog, you got you a positive affirmation. Again, when those thoughts are getting away from you, repeat that 3 times. And start to think about the things that you love about yourself. It could be as simple as having all 10 of your digits. Somebody doesn't have all 10 of your digits, well, guess what? If you still have an appendage, appendage here. That's pretty awesome. If you have a tongue, that's awesome. What about the smartphone device that you're using to view this video? That's pretty awesome. I tell you what, my teenager had a little flip phone not too long ago, and it's not the newer one, and the screen on that. So there's always a chance that you could have less. All right, community. Sisters, brothers, they and them, I wish y'all a most wonderful